Obviously it's a disappointing finish, and I thought we fought back in the football game, and it just got behind I never got the field position flipped in the third quarter, and that seemed to be the big difference in the football game there, and never could get the field flipped and get in a positive situation for our offense. We kept putting the defense in short field positions, and they took advantage of it. And that due to third down, we get a penalty that set us back 10, and then we don't make a first down. They're getting the ball. They got the ball at midfield and made it for a difficult third quarter and never transitioned out of that. So, again, as I told these guys, I don't know anything different. This group, they fought their tail off. We came up short today. And, the only way to do it is just, at some point, whoever it is, whatever it'll be, wherever it'll be, they'll go back to work and put their heads down and work to kick the door down. That's all you can do. And there's no other words about it. And, move forward. A lot of young guys in that room, veteran players, and they've experienced a lot of success. But the ultimate thing is to keep playing and work towards the Super Bowl. And we failed to get it done today.
We know it's next man up, but were the guys legitimately deflated once they found out AJ and then they find out Jermaine?
I don't think so. I think that's an excuse. This is professional football.
What was the biggest factor you think about not being able to score in the second half?
Well, again, we were behind in field position, and so we had long fields. We didn't convert many third downs in the second half.
How much more by luck to in the corner end zone when you blitzed them?
Pardon me?
The touchdown throw by luck when you blitzed them with Nelson, and Nelson missed him. Is that the critical moment of this one?
Well, it was a score there in the third quarter that was obviously, you don't want to give up.
How much more challenging was creating a game plan when you were missing those significant pieces of your
Well, it's obviously you want to have your starting players as much as you can, and but we didn't have them today, and we did some good things. We just didn't get things finished out.
You guys didn't seem to be able to get Jeremy Hill or the running game really going. Like I said, part of that is not getting the third downs and all that. Were the Colts doing anything different? Were they crowding up, putting up anything extra?
Well, if we have two extra linemen in there, some they're going to be crowded, and we did get some, movement at times, but not consistently enough, obviously.
Now 6 for you. We've ended up on this side of things. What are your emotions right now?
Well, it's disappointing, but I don't know any other way that to whenever the opportunity comes to build back up and get working and fight our way back through it.
What kind of criticism do you expect Andy to take after this one?
Well, I thought Andy played a good football game, so I don't know what kind of criticism on the quarterback here. I thought he hung in there. I thought he made plays with his feet. I thought he made plays throwing the football. And, I thought he played a good football game. He didn't, as far as I remember, he didn't turn the football over. I thought he avoided the rush and came up, stepped up in the pocket, and delivered footballs. And, he's going to be disappointed because we didn't win. But I think he did, a good job of doing his part today. And that's all we can ask of any guys. You're not going to, make any superhuman plays. He's got to get the ball out there. He got the ball down there and out there. And we got to make some plays as well. We got to, pick him up as well.
It seemed like Rex was a part of the game plan early. He was doing pretty well for you guys, and then you went away from him. Did you just take him that away from you later in the game?
Well, again, when you don't make any first downs in the second half, it makes a big difference in the football game as far as your possessions.
Marvin, were you troubled by the lack of pressure on Luck, especially in the first half?
Well, we had a lot of 2- and 3-man routes. And, the ball didn't go down the field. He had to check the ball down, and we got to do a better job of tackling the check down because they were able to make some first downs that way, early in the football game. They checked the ball down to the back. They picked us coming across the field a couple times because they were 2- and 3-man routes. So they were protecting with 7 a lot of the time early in the football game. We had 1 free release in the first half when they were in the 1 spread. So there was, protection conscious, and we got to do a good job of tackling those check downs. He looked for the vertical ball. He didn't have it, and he checked it down. We got to do a better job of tackling it.
Marvin, a couple minutes ago, you were talking about going back to work, and you said whoever and whenever. Are you planning to be back?
It's my plan.
I know what your contract is. I'm just making sure that's everything that's your desires.
So, but it's not about me. It's about, I'm talking about our football team, whoever the football team is. Obviously, every year you create a new football team, and there's going to be, it's part of it, unfortunately. And tomorrow's not promised for anyone. And so that's, that's part of the life in the NFL and what these guys happen in the finality of losing when you lose in the playoffs.
Do you have to tear it up, or are you still happy with this core?
Well, I mean, I think we got to be happy with the core, but obviously we got depleted, and that's part of it though. And we got to keep finding a way, and so I think guys gained experience through this, and it's part of it, and it's a learning experience for some to always be ready and move on to the next guy. We've done a good job of that, but today it wasn't quite enough for us. Okay.
Where was remember the batch of murders down around,
Andy, how tough was it to game plan, knowing you didn't have your best target out there, and just with all the injuries? I know you don't have any excuses, but it is a fact. It has been tough.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things that we had, geared up for AJ, but he wasn't in there, and so, like you said, we can't make that an excuse. I think at the end of the day, we got outplayed.
What changed up in the second half? I mean, you guys had to feel pretty good, down 13-10 at halftime and getting the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't get a drive going. We would end up in third and longer situations, and we couldn't get that one play that's get us into that, give us that momentum and whatever we needed. So it's unfortunate it happened, but that's just the way it was.
Andy, can you sum up the frustration personally and as a team to get to this point of just not getting through?
Yeah, I mean, we worked really hard, to get to this point. We had a, good week of preparation. We felt like we were ready to go, and so it's tough from that standpoint of, all the hard work that's been put in. You feel like you're prepared going into a game, feel like you got an opportunity, and again, it falls by the wayside. So, it is tough from that standpoint.
Sorry to ask, but how much did the game plan kind of change for the
I don't necessarily know how much it changed from that standpoint, but it is what it is. The game, football's, there's injuries are going to happen, so guys have got to step up. But it is what it is.
How do you feel you played?
I felt like there's some good things out there, but I didn't play good enough. That's what it comes down to. I got to do more. I got to push our guys to do more, but it all starts with me.
How hard is it to think about you got to go into another offseason and wait another 12 months to have another opportunity?
Yeah, I mean it's what the off season's for, and so you got to work, you got to do whatever you can to put yourself in a position where you can, especially for me, lead this team and get us back to the playoffs to get another opportunity. I think it's unfortunate we come in, we lose this first one, and it's not what you want to have happen, but it's what the off season's for. Is you go and you work to get better.
When they scored to start the game, off that first drive, was there much panic, or it seemed like you guys settled in okay and just handled that?
Yeah, I mean there wasn't any panic at all. I think wasn't the first drive, the second drive we had, went down and scored and answered, and so it's what you got to do in games like this.
Did they adjust to something you did on that drive when you went downfield and scored? You went down pretty methodically.
Yeah, I mean I think at the end of the day they made more plays than we did, and I think that's what it comes down to.
Andy, 4 years ends in the same spot. What do you think needs
You know, I think the preparation's there. I feel like I've been working really hard at it, and so I mean, it's just you gotta play your best football once you're here, and today we didn't play our best.
Just emotionally, Andy, each game is a separate entity. When they pile up like this, does it get harder and harder as it goes on? When people start to question what this team's makeup is, if this team needs changes.
I mean, it's tough to get to the playoffs. I think a lot of people don't understand that, but it's not about one playoff game. It's if you don't win all the playoff games and win the Super Bowl, then I mean you're going to be sitting in the same spot that we are now. And so our goal here is not about one playoff game. I mean it's far beyond that. It's about winning the Super Bowl and to put ourselves in a position where only 12 teams were able to do this year, and 12 teams have been able to do the last 4 years. I mean, I think there's a sense of an accomplishment there, but you're going to be judged on what you do in the playoffs, and we haven't won yet, and we're going to try to do everything we can to figure out what it's going to take to get us over this hump.
How much does that bother you then being judged on 1-4?
I mean, it's tough, but it is what it is. I think until we win one, everybody's going to be able to say that we haven't won it.
Did they do anything different than they did back in October? Was it pretty much the same stuff?
There were some things that they did the same, and there was some change-ups that they did. So, I felt like we saw a lot of the looks, and we were able to understand what was going on, and so we didn't make enough plays. Thanks.